the current women's champion, Reza Clark.
And from what we saw last week, from what we saw at the top of the show tonight, that is a couple of bitter former champions joining together tonight in that tag match.
We saw Shay Carmichael talking to Baby D at the start of the show, not too happy, telling her to keep her and her husband's drama out of her title matches. And it's the two biggest members of each team starting things off, Ocho Camacho and Big Jake. No question as to who the addicts are behind here.
Big Jake.
Wait a second.
Carlos Diaz just, did he tag himself in?
I don't think Camacho liked that too much. As I started to say, it's not often that Ocho Camacho is in there with someone larger than him. But I wonder what kind of strategy Carlos Diaz has where he wants to step in the ring with Big Jake.
Mr. No Cap is feeling confident. He wants to step in there with Big Jake to start this one off.
Is Carlos Diaz serious? He wants to test his strength against Big Jake. Well, it looks like Diaz wants to play games instead.
But he didn't want that hand. He wants the other one.
And Diaz is having fun, but he's got to focus. This is a tag title match. And that's the difference between Diaz and Ocho Camacho. I don't think you're going to see Camacho play games like Mr. No Cap. And now Big Jake almost forcing Diaz into a test of strength.
He's making this test of strength happen one way or the other.
Well, Big Jake not even having to try. And Big Jake giving some pointers for the next time Carlos is in a test of strength. And look at the power. Big Jake sending Diaz back into the turnbuckle. Big back elbow. And then just tossing Diaz clear across the ring.
Well, I don't think this is quite the start, the duo of Carlos Diaz and Ocho Camacho we're hoping for here in this tag title opportunity.
And the overhanded chop trying to cave in the chest of Diaz. And a swing and a miss this time from Big Jake. As Diaz firing away in the corner. Diaz charges in again, meets the boot of Big Jake. You see Camacho reacting over in his corner.
Ocho Camacho, who was ready to start this matchup off, never got a chance to do so, and now Carlos Diaz paying the price at the hands of both members of the Sons of Mayhem.
Red Chambers in there now. The Sons of Mayhem outlasted 4 other teams in that tag team scramble match 2 weeks ago to leave with the tag team titles. But tag teams from all over are coming out of the woodwork. Gonna be no shortage of challengers for the Sons of Mayhem. Gotta think you still got the score, and they would love to get those titles again. The excessive violence they've been breathing down the neck. You got set 6, of course. And now Chambers, look at that tope suicida, but Camacho right there with a big right hand.
Yeah, Ocho Camacho not been able to get into this match yet, but he's still going to make his presence felt.
It's Camacho trying to keep Diaz focused. Cover.
And now giving Mr. No Cap an opportunity here.
And now Camacho reaching out for the tag, but Diaz completely ignoring his partner.
Back in the corner. Diaz going to make the tag now. Yeah, here comes Ocho Camacho and Red Chambers. He's face first in the opposition's corner.
And now Camacho with a right hand in the corner. Chambers down.
Another big powerhouse of this combo. Ocho Camacho going to work on Chambers.
And that knee to the midsection of Chambers It's Camacho in full control, Irish whip. Sends Chambers in hard, follows up with a clothesline. And now Big Jake reaching out for the tag, but Chambers nowhere close. Oh, Camacho, but Chambers right behind him.
Red Chambers running right along with Ocho, catching him with that clothesline in the corner, and now Chambers turning things back into the champion's favor, at least briefly.
Nobody home. Chambers lands the kick. Charges in, Camacho backdrop. Chambers lands on the apron. Blocks the right, oh no, he tried to block the right hand, excuse me. No such luck. Chambers brings himself in. He got caught.
Yeah, right into the arms of Ocho Camacho.
T-bone suplex in the corner.
Dump Chambers right on the top of his head. And you got to think if he pulls him out here into a cover, we're going to have new tag team champions.
We absolutely could, unless Chambers kicks out, which he does. Again, you see Big Jake, that hand outstretched, and Camacho turns with a cheap shot.
But Camacho feeling Big Jake back there, begging for that tag, making sure he feels like he's a part of the match. And now look at Camacho and Carlos Diaz taking the opportunity.
And Diaz trying to stomp a hole through the chest of Chambers. As Big Jake, he's got to stay in his corner. He's doing nothing but harm right now to his own partner. Inadvertent, I get it, but as now Camacho bringing Chambers back to his feet.
The tag made, Mr. No Cap. Carlos Diaz coming back in. As again, Red Chambers finds himself still stuck in the challenger's corner. And now you're seeing a little the cohesive tag team work here between Camacho and Diaz.
Diaz with a snapmare. Kicks Chambers right in the face. Deep cover from Diaz. Still only two. And Chambers not close enough to make the tag as Diaz mocking him a bit. And there's another cheap shot to Big Jake. Big Jake's got to be ready for those on the outside. And again, trying to get in there.
Big Jake's been out of the ring for several minutes now. Still, he's taking a couple of shots from both Ocho and now Diaz as well. Carlos Diaz with a splash down onto Red Chambers, looking for the cover. It only comes up with two.
Red Chambers being very resilient right now, but that can only last for so long, Tyler.
Diaz to send Chambers out. Catches himself on the apron. Carlos Diaz, though, still has a hold of Chambers. Maybe looking to drag him back in.
And Chambers on the apron fighting both Camacho and Diaz. And that step-up enziguri from Diaz stops Chambers right in his tracks. And now Diaz, that springboard.
Is this going to be it? Are we going to have new champions right? Nope, Chambers again. Just able to get that shoulder up. With how long now Red Chambers has been stuck on this side of the ring, taking punishment from both Diaz and Camacho, you got to think the only way the Sons of Mayhem survive this title defense is if Chambers could somehow get to his corner and make the tag.
Absolutely. He's got a very fresh Big Jake on the apron awaiting that tag, but we're seeing quick tags here from the challengers.
Here comes Ocho Camacho back in, and he's going to use his own tag team partner as a weapon.
As Diaz and Camacho, who didn't seem like we're on the same page early on, definitely on the same page now, still only two.
Now you see how quick into this one everything's clicked back in for this team of Ocho Camacho and Carlos Diaz. And they have been controlling now the majority of this match and keeping Red Chambers isolated and away from Big Jake.
And again, Chambers in the wrong corner. And more quick tags here between Camacho and Diaz. And this is good tag team wrestling from the challengers, like it or not. These guys came in here with a game plan. They've stuck to it, and they're doing quite well.
I think what you're seeing here is Diaz and Camacho, again, from the past opportunities they've had here as a tag team at MPX, they've learned from the past failures, and they are looking to walk away here with gold around their waist, and I think they are well on their way. Red Chambers somehow still able to hold on, but I have to think it's only just a matter of time before he can't take any more.
Oh, and Chambers sent right into Camacho. That was inadvertent on the part of Diaz. And Chambers up and over. There's the tag to Big Jake. Big Jake in there. There was no Camacho for Diaz to tag.
Diaz was looking for the tag. Camacho is now down on the floor, and Big Jake finally back in this one.
And Big Jake looking for the big swing.
This could be disaster for Mr. No Cap.
And look at Diaz go. Big Jake going round and round. And finally releasing Diaz. You see Jake, he's dizzied himself. Diaz back up, he's dizzy as well. And Camacho coming in. Oh, he just clotheslined his own partner. He was aiming for Big Jake, but instead nailed Diaz.
Big Jake looking to take advantage. Now scooping it. Nope, Camacho.
Camacho, that stiff headbutt to the shoulder. Back kick followed by the Pele kick. And Big Jake, the clothesline of his own. But remember, it's Big Jake and Diaz who are the legal men.
Look at Carlos Diaz heading up top.
Oh, he got caught. Choke slam on Diaz. Tag to Chambers. Camacho back up. He's sent to the outside.
There goes Big Jake over too.
Chambers up top.
Chambers.
Dive in, headbutt connects. Cover. Sons of Mayhem retain.
Here are your winners. And still MPX Tag Team Champions, Big J and that guy Red Chambers, the Sons of Mayhem.